Trust is fragile. When a woman cheats, it's not always sudden. There are signs, subtle and sometimes hidden. Today, we'll uncover the psychological patterns behind infidelity from a Stoic perspective. Understanding these signs isn't about paranoia. It's about clarity, self-respect, and protecting your peace. If you want to avoid heartbreak and reclaim your power, listen closely. These truths might hurt, but they will free you. Cheating is one of the hardest betrayals a man can face. But Stoicism teaches us that pain comes from our judgments, not events themselves. By learning to recognize the signs early, you prepare yourself emotionally and mentally. This knowledge isn't to fuel suspicion, but to guard your inner calm and make rational decisions. Female psychology is complex. Emotions run deep, but actions reveal character. Let's break down the 7 signs a woman who cheats always leaves behind, and how a Stoic man should respond. 1. Sudden emotional distance. One of the most noticeable signs that something is wrong is when a woman suddenly becomes emotionally distant. This distance isn't always about anger or resentment toward you. Sometimes it's a sign of internal conflict, guilt, or distraction caused by something new occupying her attention. You might notice she no longer shares her thoughts or feelings with you like before. Conversations become short. She may avoid deep discussions, and the warmth in her tone might fade. It feels like a wall is going up between you, and you're left wondering what went wrong. From a Stoic perspective, this is a crucial moment to pause and reflect, rather than react impulsively. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control others' emotions or actions, only our responses. Instead of chasing her or succumbing to anxiety, maintain your inner calm. Observe the change with clarity and detachment. This emotional withdrawal may be a defense mechanism she's using, or a sign that her priorities have shifted. The Stoic approach is to accept what you cannot change, and to seek truth without letting your emotions cloud your judgment. Emotional distance is a signal, not an accusation. Treat it as a clue to investigate your relationship's true state. A man who remains steady in the face of uncertainty holds the power to either repair the damage or walk away with dignity. 2. Change in appearance or routine. Another common indicator is a sudden change in her appearance or daily habits. This isn't about vanity or shallow judgments, but rather about recognizing behavioral patterns that hint at underlying changes. Maybe she starts dressing differently, more carefully or flirtatiously, or invests more time in grooming. Her daily routine might shift. She goes out more often, takes new routes, or alters her schedule without clear explanation. These changes can be a subconscious way of seeking attention or validation outside the relationship. Stoicism advises us not to jump to conclusions based solely on surface-level changes, but to observe patterns carefully. Sometimes external transformation is a reflection of internal turmoil or excitement about something new, possibly a new relationship. A Stoic man understands that people evolve, but sudden, unexplained changes combined with emotional distance are warning signs. Instead of reacting with jealousy or accusations, approach the situation with calm curiosity and readiness for honest dialogue. Awareness and self-control are your greatest assets here. Recognize that appearances and routines can mask deeper truths, and stay grounded in your own values and self-worth. 3. Increased secrecy with technology. In today's world, phones and social media are integral to daily life. When a woman begins guarding her phone obsessively, deleting messages or hiding her screen from you, it's a clear sign of secrecy. This behavior often signals that she's hiding interactions she doesn't want you to see. The Stoic principle of honesty is foundational in any healthy relationship, so such secretive behavior naturally breeds suspicion and distrust. However, it's essential not to respond by invading her privacy or spying, as this only leads to more conflict and erodes trust further. Instead, control what you can, your own response. Maintain composure and calmly express your feelings and concerns. Ask direct questions and seek transparency, but do so without anger or desperation. If openness isn't reciprocated, prepare yourself mentally for hard truths. Stoicism teaches that the source of suffering is often our expectations and attachments. By adjusting your expectations and protecting your dignity, you preserve inner peace. Remember, secrecy is not just a sign of infidelity. It's a breach of the respect that should be mutual in any partnership. 4. Unexplained absences or frequent work trips. A woman who cheats often needs space to cover new interactions, so unexplained absences or a sudden increase in work trips is another major warning sign. Late nights, weekend plans without you, or vague excuses about being busy or overwhelmed are ways to create physical distance. Such behavior can feel like a betrayal because the foundation of any relationship is trust and presence. From the viewpoint of Stoicism, remember that you cannot control her actions, only how you respond. When faced with these changes, avoid falling into reactive anger or jealousy. Instead, calmly evaluate if these behaviors align with her values and the health of your relationship. Are these absences temporary and explainable, or are they patterns that cause harm? A Stoic man responds with reason, seeking clarity without emotional chaos. If the behavior continues and honesty is lacking, it may be time to reconsider the relationship. The key is maintaining your own integrity and not losing yourself in suspicion or control attempts. Accept reality with courage and prioritize your emotional well-being. 5. Lack of intimacy and physical connection. Physical intimacy reflects emotional closeness. When intimacy drops off sharply without explanation, it often signals trouble. A woman who is emotionally or physically involved with someone else will naturally distance herself from her current partner. If attempts to reconnect or discuss the issue are ignored or met with disinterest, it's a red flag. Stoicism teaches us that desire and attachments must be balanced by wisdom and virtue. Love includes respect and honesty, and true intimacy cannot flourish where deceit exists. A man grounded in Stoic principles understands his self-worth and refuses to beg or plead for affection. Instead, he observes the truth and maintains his standards. If physical connection fades, it's a sign not to cling to illusions, but to protect your dignity. Don't allow yourself to be a placeholder or consolation prize. Embrace reality and act with courage to preserve your integrity, whether that means healing the relationship or moving on. 6th, defensive or avoidant behavior. When questioned. When you ask questions or express concerns, a woman who cheats may become defensive, evasive, or even angry. This reaction stems from internal conflict. Guilt and shame often trigger a fight-or-flight response. Instead of facing truth, she may deflect, avoid, or lash out. Stoicism teaches that anger clouds reason on both sides. As a man seeking truth, your approach must be calm, steady, and firm. Don't get pulled into emotional battles or accusations. Your goal is clarity, not conflict. If honesty is denied repeatedly, accept the reality rather than chasing illusions. This acceptance requires strength, not weakness. A Stoic man recognizes that he cannot force truth, but can choose to live by it. Holding your composure in such moments preserves your dignity and mental peace. It also sets a standard that dishonesty cannot undermine. 7. Subtle changes in communication style. The final sign is often subtle but telling. Changes in how she communicates. Answers may become short, vague, or delayed. She might avoid future planning or meaningful conversations about your relationship. These shifts often indicate that her emotional investment is waning or divided. Stoicism emphasizes living in reality, not in fantasies. When communication changes, it reflects a shift in commitment or priorities. Clinging to what was only leads to suffering. Instead, face this truth with courage. Accept that people change and relationships evolve, sometimes ending. This acceptance is liberating and allows you to move forward with clarity. A wise man does not beg for attention or affection. He commands respect through self-respect. By recognizing these signs early, you protect your heart and your peace, living a life aligned with virtue rather than illusion. Now that you know these 7 signs, emotional distance, changes in appearance and routine, secrecy with technology, unexplained absences, lack of intimacy, defensive behavior when questioned, and subtle shifts in communication, it's time to reflect on what this means for you. Remember, none of these signs alone guarantees cheating, but together they paint a clearer picture. More importantly, they offer you a chance to see the truth without denial or illusion. Stoicism reminds us that we cannot control others, only ourselves. So no matter what you find, your value doesn't depend on anyone's loyalty or betrayal. Your strength comes from how you face reality, with calm, courage, and clarity. If a woman cheats, it's her choice and her failing, not a reflection of your worth. Don't beg, don't chase, don't lose your dignity. Instead, focus on living a life aligned with your values, virtues, and self-respect. Use this knowledge as a tool to protect your heart and make decisions that serve your long-term well-being. The harsh truth is painful, but it also wakes you up. It frees you from illusion and empowers you to build better, healthier relationships, or choose solitude over betrayal. As a man grounded in Stoicism, your path is clear. Face reality with courage, act with integrity, and never compromise your peace for anyone who cannot honor it. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights rooted in psychology and Stoic wisdom. Stay strong, stay wise,